21. I was 15 shopping for them chains, but early as a kid in diapers, some shit happened.
Frederick Delius, 1862 to 1934, an English composer born in the north of England to a prosperous mercantile family. He resisted attempts to recruit him to commerce. He was sent to Florida in the United States in 1884 to manage an orange plantation. There, he soon neglected his managerial duties and in 1886 returned to Europe. Having been influenced by African American music during his short stay in Florida, he began composing. After a brief period of formal musical study in Germany beginning in 1886, he embarked on a full time career as a composer in Paris and then in nearby Grès-sur-Loing, where he and his wife Jelka lived for the rest of their lives, except during the First World War. In his later years, Delius became blind and severely disabled, unable to complete his life's work. In 1928, a music teacher and fellow Yorkshireman from Scarborough offered his services as an am what amanuensis to the blind and paralyzed composer. This was to allow a radiant Indian summer in the final years at Gress. Composing continued with the aid of Eric Femby or Femby, taking down the notes, offering his complete devotion to Delius. Femby also enabled the completing, reshaping, and promoting of so much of Delius' previous work. The story has been beautifully told in Ken Russell's iconic film, A Song of Summer. Oh, okay, available on this channel. Oh, I might actually be interested. On this video, the complete work, all four movements in sequence. First, daybreak and dance. Second, by the river. Three, sunset near the plantation. And four, at night. Okay, so this is the first time I'm listening to a composer like this. Shout out to Jim for requesting this, and I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it too. Let go. Oh. Are you guys hearing this? I think I'm gonna love this piece when we are done. I think I'm gonna love it. Oh. What am I listening to? What? This is such a random picture. just the first movement. I'm already impressed. I'm really impressed. Wow. This was such a good movement. Wow. This piece starting in general, I'm like immediately captured. And you guys know I love that. When I sit down, when I press play, I'm looking forward to be captured immediately. I know it's not always like that with a lot of classical pieces, but whenever it happens, it puts a smile on my face because I look forward to listening the whole piece, even if the second or the rest of the movement like are not up to par with the first movement. The first minutes capture me, and I love this because this piece I have never heard of this composer before. And then hearing a melody like this throughout the whole first movement, like I've enjoyed every single minute of this movement, and I'm trying to figure out why I haven't heard the name of this composer before. Like maybe you guys can let me know. But there have been a lot of conversations, no, I mean in our Discord channel or whatever, but I don't think I've come across this name before. So yeah, but I just wanted to say this first movement, it shows me how I underappreciate woodwind instruments. I hope that's correct. So flute, so the flute and also like I think yeah, woodwinds. And it's so simple yet it's so like it just captures you, you know? And I feel like I've listened to so many piano pieces that at this point, whenever I hear like an instrument that I don't listen to often, my appreciation goes even further. And it is happening for like this piece, the first movement. I mean, the second movement is already starting, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this one too. But I'm doing too much yapping. But I love the first movement. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, let's go back. I'm getting goosebumps. Bro. Yeah. I mean, the movements are starting pretty fast, but um I'm sold. I was sold by the first movement, so the second movement, I mean, like I'm listening to it and suddenly I'm starting to feel grateful for all the things that I have accomplished or achieved, you know, in my lifetime. And the funny thing is, human beings, we fail to do that so many times. Like, I feel like sometimes we are so preoccupied with different things that we fail to sit down, even if it's just for a minute, and be grateful for how far we've come. And listening to the second movement, it just started happening with me. So, yeah, that's how I felt. And that's like this second movement, you know. it makes you want to like hike up onto a mountain and just shout, I made it. I'm free. Like I'm alive. I'm happy, you know? So, yeah, that's what I felt. That's what I felt. So, in case you were asking yourself, okay, what's giddy feeling? That's what I was feeling. And also I want to let y'all know that um on this channel, I will not always be able to describe my emotions of how I feel about a piece to you. I'll always try my best, of course, but sometimes it's just impossible. It's not, yeah, it's not always possible to tell you exactly how I'm feeling deep inside. I wish I could like give you that feeling so that you can feel it, but that's why you're also watching this video. So we are most likely hopefully feeling, the same type of way whilst listening to this beautiful movement. But yeah, so most of the time, try to read my face. You can always make your own interpretation, but try to read my face. And if you can tell what Giddy's probably feeling, then you're on the right track. So that's what this channel is about. I mean, if you're new here, but let's continue. The third movement, sunset near the plantation. The orange plantation, maybe? Question mark? Let me sit up for this one. almost pressed. And this is part of the third movement. I'm Yeehaw. I bet. My bad. Well, um, I've I've reached the stage where, the first movement I was captured. The second movement, absolutely beautiful, grateful moment. That was the grateful movement. And the third movement was now the, I guess, the realization, realization. I can't even pronounce it well, but it's where I start feeling calm and everything in my head is completely gone. It's like I'm in my Zen mode. So that's what the third movement was for. At least like the second half of it. Because at some point in the middle, I don't know if it was the middle, but at some point it switched and I was about to press pause. But yeah, I mean, after this video goes up, I hope you guys can appreciate this composer. So yeah, let's finish it off. harp is just in my ear. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, again. I mean, I'm not surprised, but hey, first of all, shout out to my Patreon members for this request. Um, this piece was absolutely amazing. It was very, very beautiful. Listening to it is just today's Saturday, and it has definitely like wrapped up my day in the most perfect way because yeah, like it's 11 p.m. and after listening to this, I'm like, yes, I feel good about myself. I was able to feel joy in the first movement. The second movement made me feel grateful. The third movement made me feel calm and at peace. The last movement also very similar. I was like, yep, you have done your best and you're allowed to rest. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, absolutely love this piece. I was about to say symphony, but yeah, I mean, like reading even like the story, a little story about this composer, the fact that he needed somebody to like write the notes down for him, and like he didn't give up, like the passion that he still had even with his disabilities. I think it's amazing. And sometimes we listen to these pieces, and um I mean, me personally, sometimes I don't know the history or the story behind these composers. For some of them I know, but whenever I see or read something like this, it just shows me, damn, like there's so much potential that we have, and there's so much that we can be grateful for. And just don't give up on your passion. Like that's what this shows me. And listening to this piece, it was so worth it. The blood and the hard work, and probably also the tears, and also the joy that um yeah, Delius put into this piece. So yeah, once again, thank you for requesting this. Classical family, let me know down in the comments what you think about this piece. Have you heard about this composer before? Have you listened to this piece before? Let me know. And also, I'm taking requests on Patreon. This piece, for example, was requested by a Patreon member. So if you're like, hey Giddy, there's a piece that I want you to listen to, then you can always, go into my Patreon and see if you can request a piece. But yeah, also only do that if you really, really want me to how do you call it, react to something. So please read through everything if you're interested, and then yeah, I'm always open for requests. And yeah, apart from that, I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It's been your boy Giddy. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Bye.
When you're up, I'm down, be there for you.